Do you have a hard time making decisions? I know, I do too. My name is Natalie Necki-Farrow, and I'm the founder of Cultivating Empathy Coaching, and I'm also an actress, writer, creator, and entrepreneur. So most of us have made decisions before by putting together a pros and cons list, or asking a friend for help, or even asking advice from our parents, even if we don't actually want it. Today's practice is going to help you really source your own internal bodily wisdom for the answers. So it starts with getting tapped into your body and really being present with how you're physically feeling in the moment. So I'm going to encourage you to sit down if you're not sitting down, and to make sure your feet are placed flat on the floor. So no cross-legged, nothing funky, okay? All right, so now that you're seated, feel your feet firmly flat on the floor, feel your sits bones, and align your spine. So ears right over shoulders, shoulders right over hips. And if you can, close your eyes. So in this closed eyes position, we're going to just start to tune into the breath. Take a nice deep breath in. And a nice deep breath out. And our goal with this breath is just to become more aware of our body and more aware of our breath. So as you're breathing, you might start to notice areas of your body that feel tight or sore. You might start to become aware of emotions. And sometimes you might even become aware of some nagging thoughts that are keeping you a little distracted. Just keep coming back to the breath, noticing what is. So notice how when you breathe in, your body naturally expands. And when you exhale, your body naturally contracts a little bit. How much these processes happen depends on how deeply you're breathing and how regulated your breath is. But you could try just breathing in a little deeper this time and see if you feel more expansion. And then try exhaling a little bit more deeply to that place that feels slightly uncomfortable. And see if you feel a little bit more contraction. Great, keep breathing and let go of any extra effort. And place one hand on your heart and the other hand on top of your other hand. Great, so you're going to keep your eyes closed. And now just start to feel your heart underneath your own hands. Noticing perhaps how fast or slow that it's beating. Noticing its size, its energy, its shape. And notice how it's naturally affected by the rising and falling of your breath. Okay, so now we're going to ask your body a couple questions. When you're picking these questions, they should have a yes or no answer. So nothing complicated. Am I supposed to do this? Should I be doing this? Not what should I be doing, right? So just as a tester, so you can feel what your body feels like when it says yes and when it says no, you're going to ask yourself a question which you already know the answer is yes. So my question is, do I love to dance? So I'm going to say it out loud. Do I love to dance? And then I'm going to listen to how my heart and my body respond. If this is the first time you've ever done this, you may want to ask yourself again. So if you don't love to dance, you could think of another question, or maybe the question is, do I love to skate, or do I love to bike, or something that you love? Great. So noticing what that feels like. And now we're going to ask your body a question that has a definitive no. So I don't like being cold. So I'm going to ask my body, do I like being cold? Feel free to ask your body that question again. Something you don't like. Do I like? Great. So the more you practice this, the more you're going to discover how your body naturally feels when something feels good, when something feels aligned for you, and when it doesn't. And one of the ways I often use this with clients is when we're setting goals, which we talked a little bit about last episode. If they're coming up with a goal and they're not sure if it's the right goal for them, I will ask them to do this practice. I'll ask them to ask themselves, is this goal right for me? Because sometimes, let's face it, we come up with goals because we think that's what we're supposed to do, or because that's what our friend is doing, or a myriad of other reasons why we might pick something that's not right for us. And as soon as I ask my heart something, I can pretty quickly tell whether I'm in alignment or not. And that's how it works. So I hope that you have found this video useful and that you find ways to use this as you're making decisions. Now, if you're brand new to this, I don't recommend you throw out all of your pro and con lists right away, especially if you're making a very hard, challenging decision that involves money. But this can be a nice backup. Like if you've decided something and you just want to feel a little extra assurance that you made the right decision, asking your body can give that to you, which is pretty amazing. So please do like and share this. I really appreciate you spreading the word. And I also wanted to take a moment to tell you about my upcoming free workshop. It's called Discover Creative Freedom Through Embodiment. We're going to be meeting on Sunday, November 21st at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific time. And I'm going to be showing you even more embodiment techniques. These are going to be specifically designed to help your nervous system come into better regulation, which is going to make a huge difference if you struggle with performance anxiety, audition nerves, or if you're just feeling overwhelmed in general. This is going to be super helpful to you. So I'm going to drop that link below, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for joining me.